Hey guys, we are about to start a new video vlog for another case mod. A lot of you guys watched the review on the Antec 1100. Antec 1100 had, Antec themselves had sent me this case. They're sponsoring this case mod. I asked them if they would send me a case to see what I could do with. And this was the one that we had agreed on. So this is part one of our video log on it. Wonderful case. If you've seen the review, you know that this is a huge mid-tower with lots of features. Lots of cool styling, lots of engineering has already went into it. And the problem with this build is going to be finding little things to do with it to mod it without really messing with the engineering itself, because they have so many nice features in it. We don't want to mess with it too much, but there is some questions about like water cooling. This is kind of a tough one to add cooling to, unless possibly you could put a radiator or something in the back of the hard drives. But it does have potential for a lot of different variations on it. For one thing we are going to do is change out the side windows, probably one of the first things I'm going to do, and replace this with just a clear plastic side panel. I like the idea of having cooling here for the fan or for the video cards, but I don't like that it blocks the view inside the case. We are going to change up the color scheme also in this to make it a little flashier. Got some plans for some additional fans, stuff like that we're going to be doing with it. Some simple mods, but I think it'll be an interesting project. I think it's going to be something worth watching. I think you guys will enjoy watching the different updates on it. Okay, I have the windowed side cover on the work desk now. Start taking the window out. And one thing I thought was interesting is that they use like push pins compared to the older bolts and screws that they used in the other Antecs, like the 900 and the 1200. So basically, if you get one of these and you're going to change out the side panel, you just want to find something that's fairly small. Like in this case, I'm just using a rat tail file, and basically push it down right in the middle, and that should push the pin through, and then you can reach around on the back side and pull the pin out. Okay, I have the side window itself removed. One thing I didn't notice when it was in the case itself, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but it is beveled all the way around the edges, which is actually a very nice touch. I don't know that I can do that with a piece of plexi itself, especially with the tools I have. I could try it, but I'm afraid I would just mess up the edges on it. But basically, we're going to use this piece of plexi that they had on the side window as a template to cut our new piece, so that we can get our edges and everything right, so it'll sit right in this recess that's in the side cover itself. You can see around the edges here, hopefully the camera will get that it's recessed in here about an inch all the way around where the plexi is going to sit, and we definitely want to get it down inside there. And another thing is we had to take out like 10 of these push pins to get the window out, and it's not a bad idea, but I don't know if I really like it or if I want to reuse it. I think I might end up drilling these holes out a little bit and actually adding some regular screws and nuts on there, just because I'm old school and kind of like that that way of doing things. I guess it's a little bit more secure, and it adds a little bit more rigidity to the side cover of the case. Okay, next thing we're going to work on is starting to tear down the front bezel itself. Love the styling and stuff, but we're going to change up colors and stuff, so we need to break this down a little bit for our color scheme. So we're going to start removing the screen and the front panels and stuff, and possibly the LED covers and stuff out of here. I'm not sure if I can tape over them yet or if they got to be removed, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm starting to remove the screen from the front cover now. Basically, to do that, they got little tabs on the screen itself. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. I know the lighting in here is pretty terrible, but basically you just have to straighten them out. take a screwdriver or maybe a needle nose pliers, whatever you have handy, and just lift them up and bend them straight so that we can pull the screen right off from the front. Okay, we have the front panel all tore down now, all the screens removed and stuff. Got to be real careful with these once you take them out. If you bend this up, it'll be impossible to get straight again. So make sure if you take yours off to put it in a safe place that you can't set anything on it. The top ones, your typical 5 1/4, they just pop out. So we can set them aside and wrap them up, keep them safe from any overspray or anything like that. But basically we have the front bezel tore down enough now that we can do a little light sanding on it and get ready to do some priming on this. Okay, moving forward, we have our piece of plexi cut out. No small task either. The bevels on this original piece ended up being more of a problem than we thought, and we mismeasured the first one, tried to correct it, and actually cracked it. Now this one I had cut, and I've already got it sized up and the holes drilled, but I noticed there's little fractures along the cut where they had cut it. So they didn't do a very good job. I'm not sure if I can glaze that out with a torch or not, or if I'm going to have to get another piece, but that's really getting to be a pain. Anyway, the front bezel is off. We got that primed. We're going to do some work on that. I'm thinking about possibly mounting some LEDs or maybe some cold cathodes on those side rails here and lighting up the front of the case. So we'll need to get drilling on that and figure out where we're going to run the wires and stuff, and we'll see if this window is going to work out. I also picked up some hex head screws and nuts here for the window to replace them push pins. I think these were like 6/32. I guess I'm not exactly sure what the size were. And some nylon locks to put on there. I think that's going to look a little better than the push pins once we get that all in there. But anyway, that's going to be it for part 1 on this project. Stay tuned for the next part. Hopefully we'll have more progress done. Thanks for watching.